Hello, good morning students. We will study about light, shadow and reflection. What we will study? Light, shadow and reflection. Well, what is light? It is a formless energy which enables us to see various objects around us. The sun is the main source of light during the day. As the day turns into night, we use other sources of light to see the object around us. You can see the object which is the main source of light, that is sun. And when we can see the sun? During the day. So it is the main source of light. These sources can be categorized. Source of light can be categorized as two parts. What are those two parts? One is natural sources and another is artificial sources. One is natural source and other one is artificial source. So what are the natural sources of light? That is one only, that is mainly sun, moon, stars. These are all natural sources. Firefly, this is one insect through which also you get a light. And what are the artificial source? Electric bulb, lamp, electric bulb, lamp, then candle. These are the artificial source of light. Means this is made by men and this we are getting naturally on the earth. This is natural source and this is artificial sources of light. Then we categorized into two parts, luminous and non-luminous object. What are luminous objects and what are non-luminous objects? So what are luminous objects? That provide light of its own, that emit light of its own are luminous objects. So what are the luminous objects? Here one is your sun, electric bulb, etc. Means this give light of its own, na? This give light of its own. This is luminous. And what are non-luminous objects? Non-luminous objects which receive light from the object, like chair, pen. Why we say this as non-luminous? They does not have the light of its own, but they are visible to us. Why? Because they get light from the main sources, and due to reflection, we are able to see this. Then next comes types of object. There are how many types of object? Mainly there are three types of object. What are those? Let us see. Transparent. First one is transparent. Second one, translucent. And third one, opaque. Translucent and third one is opaque. How many types of objects are there? Transparent, translucent and opaque. Transparent. Light can pass through some objects but not others based on their ability. Means some objects we can see the other side clearly but some not and some partially. The transparent. It allows all the light pass through it completely, like cellophane paper, water. You can see the other side clearly, that is transparent. Next comes translucent. Partial light can pass. Okay, like your butter paper, ground glass, frosted glass. Opaque object. None of the light can pass on the other side. Means other side will seems to be a dark shadow. Then next point is light travels in straight line. What is the next object? Topic, light travels in straight line. Light travels in straight line. How can you say that is light travels in straight line? Have you seen this? Light. When we see a movie in a theater, we can observe a beam of light coming from the projector. Have you gone to see the movie in a picture hall? So you may see from the back a beam of light is coming from the projector and it is just facing towards the screen. So that beam of light which is coming from the back is that will not be scattered. It will go directly at one point. That side the things are being clearly visible. Okay. So what you observe, that they are going in a straight line. They are not moving here and there or in random motion. The beam of light has a straight path from the projector to the screen. When we switch on a torch in a dark room, when you see in a dark room, when you on the torch, you see directly it goes at one point. Now, from that also you can conclude that they go in a straight line. The movement in a straight line is called rectilinear propagation of light. What you call it as rectilinear propagation of light. A narrow path of light represented by line with an overhead shadow, the direction in which it is traveling is called a ray of light. A collection of number of rays of light is called beam of light. इसी को हम क्या कहते हैं? Beam of light. ठीक है? Next is pinhole camera. Your next topic is about pinhole camera. So what is pinhole camera? Have you seen? A pinhole camera is a camera which works on the principle of rectilinear propagation of light. Suppose nowadays it is not being seen. Earlier it was there. So if you have seen the camera, you must have seen that it works on the same principle. Okay? It works on the same principle. Suppose this is your object. Huh? So you can see this is the screen, this is your screen, and same image will be formed here. Okay? On the screen, same image will be formed. It depends on, it can be small, it can increase its size, bigger or small. So how it is formed? It should come under straight line. You can get the image as small or big. It can be of same size also. This way it comes. And this is a light proof box. Light proof box. Means it is generally dark color. And this is one hole. Okay. Here is there one hole from which the light passes inside. It is one hole through which the light passes like this. Okay. This is hole. That side the name is given as pin hole, and it is of pin size. That side is given as pin hole. And this one is your screen. This is the image. Okay, which is formed lastly. This is the image. So what happens? A pinhole camera is a small light-proof box, and with a dark interior. It has a tiny hole called pinhole. This is a tiny hole present in the pinhole camera. It is called pinhole. It is in the center of one side, and a translucent screen is rounded glass or butter paper on the opposite side. This is translucent screen or rounded glass. As the lamp is moved away or towards the pinhole lamp, the size of the image decreases. As you move away or side, the size of the image increases or decreases. Okay. So with this, when the light falls on it, you will get one image. So that side of the camera which works today on the principle, it is a propagation of light only, rectilinear propagation. And same type now it has been technically so much demonstration have been done that it is not changed. Otherwise taking of picture was done by the help of pinhole camera only. Okay. That's all about this. Next we will study about shadow. What is shadow? What is shadow? Next topic is shadow. What is shadow? Have you seen shadow? Yes. Daily you are seeing shadow of your own only. Not to go anywhere. Daily you are seeing shadow of your own. A shadow is formed when the ray of light are obstructed by an opaque object. Suppose you are moving towards the sun, so what happens? You will be standing as an opaque object. The light falls on you, and the other backside portion there will be no light. So you will get a dark image formed on it. Okay, you will see a dark image. It is a dark patch that is formed behind the object, that is on the opposite side of the source of light. An opaque object casts a dark shadow while a translucent object casts a faint shadow. If it is translucent, it will be faint. If it is opaque, then it will be dark. A shadow is formed when an object is opaque or translucent. There is a source of light. Second point, there is a source of light. There is a surface screen behind the object. Then there is a surface screen which is behind the object. Now, characteristics of shadow. The color of shadow is always black. You are aware that it is always black, irrespective of color of the object that produces it. A shadow only shows the outline of the shape. It is not clearly, but it shows the outline, but not the details of the object. A shadow is longer if the source of light is far away. If source of light will be far away, it will be longer. If it is shorter, when the source of light is nearer. Okay, two ways are there. Farther, then it will be long, and if it is near, then it will be short. Okay, students, thank you and have a good day. Now, next is about, now in chapter number 12, reflection, light, shadow and reflection, we will study about eclipse. What is an eclipse? Eclipse is formed with the help of three celestial bodies. How is eclipse formed? With the help of three celestial bodies. An eclipse occurs when the three or more celestial bodies get aligned in a straight line. When it is formed? When they are in a straight line. There are mainly two types of eclipse. One is solar eclipse and another is lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse occurs when Earth moves in between the sun and the moon, blocking the light of the sun from reaching the moon. Okay. During the lunar eclipse, the shadow of the Earth falls upon the moon. A lunar eclipse always takes place on a full moon night. When it takes place? On a full moon night. Suppose this is the sun. Okay. In between comes moon, and again there is a Earth. So what happens? This way it forms. So you see that the portion which is here, so it will be dark. Okay, it will be dark. So you will see a dark patch here, and this will be little bit less darker than this one. Now, so what happens? This sun is giving light, but moon as an opaque object comes in between, and after that Earth is there. So this portion, as moon, the sun is not able to reach directly to the Earth, so there will be a darkness in the solar system. That's why this is called as solar eclipse. When the solar eclipse occurs, when moon comes in between sun and Earth. Okay, when moon comes in between sun and Earth. The solar eclipse, sorry, this is your lunar eclipse. Sorry, solar only when moon comes in between sun and Earth. This is about the solar eclipse. Okay. Now next is your about lunar eclipse. Two types of eclipse we are seeing now: solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. Then lunar eclipse, when Earth comes in between sun and Earth. Sun, Earth. When Earth comes in between sun and moon, you see that light fall directly like this. Is it? What you will see, that there is no light on the moon. There is no light on the moon. It is completely dark. So lunar eclipse occurs when the Earth moves in between sun and the moon, blocking the light of the sun from reaching the moon. During lunar eclipse, the shadow of Earth falls upon the moon. Where it falls upon the moon. Okay. Then next comes reflection of light. Okay. Next comes reflection of light. What is reflection of light? Can you tell? What is reflection? When light rays strike the surface of a medium, they are either allowed to pass through or observed by the medium or bounce back from the surface. The phenomenon of light rays bouncing back into the same medium after striking an opaque object is called reflection of light. You can see reflection. Suppose this is an object. The light is coming this way to an object and it bounces back, due to which the things are visible to you, is called reflection of light. There are two types of reflection. One is regular, which is on the smooth surface, and irregular, which is on the rough surface. So when the reflection is on the smooth surface, suppose these are the light coming, so with the same angle it will go in the other direction. Okay? With the same angle it will go in the different direction. This is about the regular reflection. It is regular reflection because angle formed at this point will be same. This is regular reflection. Then comes irregular reflection. What is there in irregular reflection? Irregular reflection, you see it is on the smooth, rough surface. Irregular reflection takes place on the, so if the rays are coming parallel, it is not necessary it will be parallel. It can be in parallel. Na? This is not parallel because, why it is not parallel? Because the reflection of light, when we study, as the surface is not smooth, so the reflection will be in different direction. So this will not be parallel. Image. The next one is image formed by a plane mirror. Next topic is image formed by plane mirror. Now, what type of image is formed by plane mirror? A mirror is a piece of glass whose one side is coated with a reflecting material such as tin or silver. One side is with reflecting surface. A plane mirror is with a flat reflective surface. When you stand in front of a mirror, you can see your own image exactly as you are standing. Now, there is a source of light and the surface of the mirror is smooth and sparkling. How is the surface? Smooth and sparkling. So, what are the characteristics? The size of the image is same as the size of the object. Image size and object size will be same. The image is always laterally inverted. It is laterally inverted. That's why you will get of the same size. The right side of the object appears to the left side and left side appears to the right side. The distance of object from the mirror is equal to the distance of image from the mirror. The image is always erect. The last part is image is always erect. Now next is uses of a plane mirror. What are the uses of a plane mirror? Where are they used? Okay. Uses of plane mirror. Where the plane mirrors are used? A plane mirror is commonly used as a looking glass. It is used in a showroom to give an illusion of larger spaces. Then it is used in making instruments such as kaleidoscope and periscope. Kaleidoscope is a toy consisting of tube containing mirrors and pieces of colored glass or paper, whose reflection produces beautiful symmetrical patterns when the tube is rotated. A periscope is a device consisting of a tube attached with a set of mirrors by which an observer can see things that are above his normal line of sight. You can see the clearly image with the help of periscope. It is used generally in a ship to see the things which are far from there. And these are about the uses of plane mirror. Okay students, thank you and have a good day.